Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich here with your outlook for July 16th, 2015. This is our exiting system that's going to be heading off to the east, and in its place will be a high-pressure center that's going to be sitting right over the eastern Great Lakes, and that is going to be responsible today for fantastic weather. We're going to have low humidity, and a light breeze out of the north here, and that is going to spell for provide some very nice weather here for your Thursday. Friday doesn't look too bad either, but this high pressure is going to go from a position up in here and kind of shift offshore down here, so that's going to change the wind direction a little bit. It's going to allow for a little bit of an increase in clouds here on Friday, and I think later in the day, more so than the morning here. That's because you're going to have this system that's moving in from the west here. This is actually going to move north of here, but it's going to drag a warm front through our area overnight Friday night. There might be a few showers here associated with this. This is looking at Friday evening. Everything's out further to the west here. Their low pressure center is actually right here. This has a warm front with it out like this. Cold front sitting here back here like this. So we got this is going to move through and give us a few showers in the overnight hours, but not a big deal. Just with that warm front, it might be an isolated shower that we're allowing for as a possibility during the overnight hours on Friday. Once you get into Saturday, I think it changes completely. We're going to go from the low humidity that we had on Thursday and Friday, and we're going to turn it around and do a complete 180, and dew points will be in the 70s. It's going to be very, very soupy beginning on Saturday. Temperatures will make a run at 90 degrees already on Saturday, and that'll carry right through at least Monday, it looks like, with this with the extreme warmth. And we are allowing for, oops, I went a little bit too far there. We are allowing for an isolated late day storm here on Saturday. There's a problem with if you look at the soundings, you'd be very, very impressed with what you're seeing. And there's some very, very high instability, very high dew points, very soupy atmosphere here. But a lot of that is at the lower levels. So you go up to the mid levels, it's very dry. So it's going to be very difficult to get storms to initiate. But if they do, and they are able to break through that dry air, they can become quite robust based on the severe parameters that are in place. So would not be surprised to see one or two of these break through here on later in the day on Saturday. Of course, most of the day on Saturday is rain-free. It's just hot and humid, partly cloudy. Overall, a nice day, and most areas stay dry, but you do have that chance for one of those storms to break through, and if they do, we'll have to keep an eye on it because they could be rogue severe, as we like to call it, but then that moves through here. This isn't really a cold front. It's hard to classify this. I would call it just a surface trough feature. But it's simulating a cold front. But the problem is, normally when you have a cold front move through, a cold front usually has behind it has some cooler air rushing in behind it to make it a cold front. You have warm air on this side of the front, cool air on this side, but in this case, it's not doing anything in the temperature. The temperatures on this side of the front and the temperatures on this side of the front are exactly the same, or pretty close to it. So it's not really a true front by frontal boundary terms and standards. So I guess we'll just call it a trough axis here. It's just a weak trough axis moving through. You might become the focus. It might have enough lift to produce one of these showers and thunderstorms late in the day on Saturday, but again, hit or miss. So we go a little bit further here into Sunday. It looks like every focus of the showers and thunderstorms will be west of our coverage area. Our coverage area pretty much stops right about here, so everything is shown west of here. That's their issue out there. We should be high and dry here on Sunday. Can't rule out a shower or thunderstorm, but again, we're talking about less than a 20% chance here, not even worth really mentioning here on Sunday. Should be a very hot day here again, and as we get into Monday, a more concentrated area of showers and thunderstorms will come through here, and that area of storms will be along a cold front that's moving through. Now, this cold front should have a little bit moisture to work with, so this should be more of a scattered variety of showers and thunderstorms. We're looking at late afternoon again, so it should get up into the 90s in many areas again on Monday, and then we go beyond that, and we will dry out as we get into after that front moves through. We should dry out as all other systems are heading south of us. Now, one thing we're going to be dealing with as we go forward in time here, and we posted this on a blog that we did last night on the upcoming week here. There's going to be a big ridge that's going to be building in the center of the country here. That's going to allow this jet stream to buckle northward. Whenever you have that, a ridge, you're going to have the heat and humidity pretty much entrenched for a while, and I think that's going to be the case. We might have a little bit, get through the 90s Saturday through Monday. It might take a step back slightly as you get into Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. But after that, we're going to go back into searing heat again. Definitely by Friday, maybe by Thursday. We just have to depending on some timing. Different models are disagreeing on when that occurs, and the GFS really doesn't skip a beat. European models kind of saying, okay, we're going to back off a couple days and go back into the heat again toward the end of the week. So either way, it looks like the whole general idea here is the heat and humidity will be returning. So whether we have one elongated heat wave or several mini heat waves, it will be warmer than it has been recently, or hotter than it has been recently. With that increased humidity, we'll have some 90-degree temperature days here coming up in the next week, and probably in the next 2 weeks at least. Looking at some of the long-range guidance that we're looking at indicates that last week of July should be pretty hot as well. One of the big players in this is a negative PNA. This is your Pacific North American Oscillation. This is allowing the trough axis to settle into the Pacific Northwest, and it's kind of like the bell curve here. What goes up, or the roller coaster, what goes up must come down. So if you're getting a deep trough out here in the west, that promotes a ridge in the east, and you have other things that combine into that, like warm sea surface temperatures and a declining SOI value and things like that will allow this to occur. So I do think as we get to the second half of the month, will be a lot warmer than the first half. Some areas haven't even hit 90 this month, in the month of July. I do think it's going to change as we go a little bit forward into the rest of the month, for the second half at least. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martich, and that is your outlook for July 16th, 2015. Have a great Thursday.